What is going on, everybody? It is yours truly, Jay Smoothie, and I'm here to give you all the pretty much the picks for NFL Week number 10, and of course, give you the 4 college football picks of the week. Now, college football season's already started because MAC football's got their action on Tuesday nights and whatnot. So we, of course, will I'll try to get these out as early as I can in case I see a MAC matchup that maybe I want to get in on, maybe tell you guys about, but if not, then don't worry about it. But in this case, I'll get to that a little bit later though for college. In terms of the NFL, Falcons and Panthers, give me the Falcons, man. The Panthers are in bad shape. They've traded away everybody important, of course. Uh, Baker's still hurt. And I believe PJ Walker, he's looked good in some sections, but like in some games, but overall still a work in progress. They're gonna stick with him are the Panthers until Baker gets back. But even so, give it to the Falcons. They are the more complete team right now. They're a lot better than I've given them credit for, and I think a lot of people have. They're 4-5, 1-3 away though, and it looks like at least it looks like they with some pieces they could be something good. Marcus Mariota is going to be a question for me in the future because with Desmond Ritter being drafted at quarterback, the guy to Cincinnati, it seems as if they have their answer at quarterback for the future. So the only question is what to do with Mariota and his future. Is he going to be the starter? Maybe transition to a backup until Desmond's ready. So that's one of the questions I have about the Falcons. But other than that, seems like everything else is pretty much in place for the moment. So then moving on, let's go to Sunday. Seahawks Buccaneers. Give me the Seahawks. Seahawks are on fire. They've look. I'm gonna tell you right now. One of the surprise teams for me in the entire season so far. Geno Smith has looked exceptional. The offense has looked exceptional. Pete Carroll has found a way to make Geno Smith look better than ever. And I know he played for the Jets before, and the Jets make every quarterback look bad. Well, at least until recent, they're starting to turn around. But um, Geno pretty much looked dead in the water over with the Jets. Goes the Seahawks has new life. Gotta say, very surprised. And I gotta say, the Buccaneers have certainly not looked anything like I thought they would look this season. Tom Brady, of course, with all those personal issues coming out and his play on the field not as well. He also has no weapons, man. His weapons are injured. He's feeling the fact that Godwin's out for the year, and he's lost a couple other critical weapons as well. So it seems as if Brady's on struggle street, and I think because of that, he's going to lose a matchup like this. He got lucky last week, but I don't think he's going to continue to get lucky, especially against a good team like the Seahawks. And now here's going to be a very interesting game. Vikings and Bills. Something to be noted about this. The Bills do not have, will likely not have Josh Allen because he has an elbow injury that is the equivalent of like Tommy John surgery in baseball. And usually, if somebody has Tommy John surgery, a pitcher for throwing, that means their season's over. And it's not confirmed yet, but it looks like Allen might be missing some extended time, possibly out for the season. If that's so, the Bills are cooked. Because I don't believe their backup. I think it's AJ McCarron, but I could be wrong. I don't even know who their backup is. But even so, the Vikings are on a roll. And the Vikings were going to be in a tough game here if Josh Allen played, but since he's not playing, I'm going to have to go with the Vikings on this one, man. I think the Vikings can take it. Buffalo is the favorite, 3.5. Heck no, go with the Vikings, man. The Vikings are the dog here. Funny, that's 2 dogs back to back. Because Atlanta's a favorite. Seahawks are, the Buccaneers are a favorite, so go with the Seahawks. Seahawks are going to take that one. And then, of course, the Bills are a favorite. But I think with Josh Allen, if he's not playing, that line's going to change. And if that line does not, hey, look, if that line changes, make sure you get in on it before it does. Because I have a good feeling that if Allen's gone, Vikings are taking that on the road. No question about it. And then the Lions are going to go to Chicago to play the Bears. The Lions have given up on their season. They have realized that all those close games don't mean anything if they don't win. So, as a result, they're waving the white flag. Already traded their best player to the Vikings, funny enough, some tight end. And then the Bears, they looked brilliant last week, even when losing to the Dolphins. Justin Fields running for over 178 yards, as well as passing for, I think, over 100 as well. So, had a good day in a shootout with Tua. I think in this game they bounce back and they win. Chase Claypool has proven to be a good weapon for him on offense in that trade from Pittsburgh from the Steelers. The defense, of course, they're gonna miss Roquan Smith, no question about that, and they're also gonna miss the other guy they traded away. I can't think of his name, but they're mainly gonna miss a couple key pieces of the defense. But even so, I think the Bears are gonna be in good shape for the future. They just need to retool for next year. They need to go draft some young guys. Some young first rounders to fill in the gaps there at defense, and they should be okay. But we'll have to wait and see what their future's like. And then again, that coach over there in Chicago, he should be fired. To be honest with you, he shouldn't even be there. So, Broncos and Titans. Now, Broncos, they got that little win over in London recently. Not the best showing this season for the Broncos. Titans look like they are a work in progress. Even though I will give them the win here because as long as they have Derrick Henry, they're going to be fine. Malik Willis looks like he's going to be a pretty good game manager, and he has something special to him. Questions surrounding his arm from Liberty because he hasn't played the top caliber competition in college. So there were a lot of questions surrounding that. But I got to say, that game against the Chiefs, it really answered a lot of them. I think he can be serviceable. He doesn't have to throw a lot. He's going to be running a lot. He's going to be a Lamar Jackson type. A lot more running than throwing. But when he does throw, he's going to make those throws. And then, of course, Derrick Henry will be leading the majority of the running. The Titans are a favorite. Go with the Titans. By the way, Chicago is a favorite. Yes, Chicago's a favorite, as they should, of course. I forgot to mention that. So go ahead and pick the Bears and pick the Titans. Jaguars Chiefs. The Chiefs are looking to continue their momentum. The Jaguars are starting a free fall slide. A team that looked brilliant in the beginning of the season, starting to not look so brilliant under Doug Peterson, are the Jaguars. And I gotta say, this game against the Chiefs not going to make it any easier for them. The Chiefs are probably going to kick them in the face, skull drag them. That 9.5 line is all the way accurate. So you already know who to go for there. Let's see. Now, Browns and the Dolphins. It's so funny. This would have been a great matchup if Deshaun Jackson was playing. I mean, Deshaun Watson's playing. Watson will be back next week, believe it or not. He'll be back week 11. The long-awaited return. So it will be interesting to see how he's going to play out the gate. But this is last week without him. Miami is favored 3.5 here at home. They are absolutely going to beat the Browns. The Browns are 3-5. I don't know about playoffs for them, but at least at week 11 they're getting Deshaun Watson back before it's too late. 3-5 is a lot better than I thought the Browns would be. I actually thought they would be more like 2-7. Maybe 1-8, like season completely gone. So maybe Deshaun Watson can come back, adjust quickly, and be the piece that they need on offense. But it's going to be very interesting to see what the Browns are going to do in their last week without Deshaun Watson. So give me the Dolphins, 3.5-0. Texans, Giants. Yeah, give me the Giants -5 at home. Texans are a wash this season. Nothing to report about them. Giants have looked brilliant. Schedule's going to be easy for them down the road. There's going to be one of those teams that they get to face where it's going to be easy for them. And plus, the Giants have had a pretty good season so far, 6-2, way better than expectations. Give me the Giants at home. Saints and Steelers. Wow, 2-6 and 3-6. Two teams I didn't think would be this bad. I thought the Saints would be better, and I definitely thought the Steelers would be better. I didn't expect the Steelers to be like a winning team, but I didn't think they'd be 2-6. That's abysmal right there. Way lower than I thought. I thought maybe 4-5, like 3-5 or something like that. You know what I mean? Maybe 4-4. But yeah, abysmal right there. Give me the Saints on the road. I think the Steelers are cooked because Saints have Dalton. Kenny Pickett is the Steelers QB, that rookie, and he's struggling. As long as he's out there, they're not going to win anything significant. So give me the Saints. -1.5 sounds about right. Raiders and Colts. Give me the Raiders. Boy, the Colts are a clown show. They fire Frank Wright, head coach. They bring in Jeff Saturday, who's a former center for the Colts. And I believe was inducted into the Colts Ring of Honor like a week ago. And what's funny is Jeff Saturday is an analyst on ESPN who just talked about how bad of a football team the Raiders are. Now he's going to coach against them. And all I got to say is about both moves. Frank Wright being fired was the right move. The fact that Jeff Saturday was hired shows that Jim Irsay might still be drunk. I think homeboy had a relapse or something. So with that being said, give me the Colts. Cowboys, Packers. Ooh, give me the Cowboys -4.5 on the road. The Packers are cooked. Aaron Rodgers has had his worst season to date statistically, as far as record and just stats go. And all I gotta say is, the excuses for Rodgers are gonna run out. He's gonna be pretty cooked up soon. And all I gotta say is, losing to the Lions tells you everything you need to know about the Packers. Their season's pretty much done. I'm surprised they're only 2-2 at home, but Packers fans, I don't blame you for feeling how you feel right now. I'd say they're just about done. Go with the Cowboys. By the way, Cowboys, sign Odell Beckham Jr. I know the Ravens are talking about it, but I don't want him to go to Baltimore. He will demand a bunch of catches, and then he will cry like a baby when he doesn't get it, because Lamar Jackson runs first before throwing. So go to the cat. Look, Dallas, you need OBJ more than the Ravens do. So from a Ravens fan, I hope the Cowboys sign him, and if you do, you got your deep threat for the rest of the season. And I like your chances of taking the division at that point. Well, actually no, I see your chances of getting into the playoffs, but the division's going to Philly. Sad to say. Let's see, Cardinals, Rams. I'm going for the Cardinals. The Rams are not going to have Matt Stafford. Looks like still in concussion protocol, and even when he gets back, his head is not going to be all the way right. Kyler Murray needs to get right in this game. So give me the Cardinals +1.5 on the road. I gotta say though, the Cardinals are kind of dysfunctional. Like, a bunch of talent on that team, but they only can crank out 3 wins. Like, that's kind of a bad look considering all the weapons they have, and the QB that's supposed to be the franchise that just got paid. They got to do better. Chargers, 49ers. give me the 49ers. I'll tell you this. The 49ers are favored by 7, and that's the right record to have. I mean, that's the right number to have. Even though the Chargers have a better record overall, the thing about the Chargers is they're way too inconsistent for my blood. The 49ers, you can kind of see something brewing there, especially with the signing of Christian McCaffrey. That was pretty big. The Chargers have some work to do. They need to find some consistency and an identity, and they need to find it fast, because Herbert is okay, but he has not progressed the way a lot of people thought, man. He's not regressing, but he's not exactly progressing either. This is a big stage and a big game for him on the road. If he can knock off the 49ers, it'll be good for his momentum. And the Chargers can be 6-3. They could charge forward, fresh off the bye. It's a good thing for them. They need this win. Do the Chargers. Must win for the Chargers, but I'm going San Fran -7. And then Monday night, Commanders and Eagles. The Eagles are favored by 11. That is the right line to have. I love the Commanders. I love the fact that, oh, by the way, folks, Dan Snyder going to be forced to sell the team. That's why I love the Commanders right now, because I love the fact that finally, Dan Snyder is going to be forced, with his back against the wall, to sell the team. He has been there's been an official investigation launched against him for financial improprieties. And usually when there is a criminal investigation launched about an NFL owner for financial improprieties, that means they fucked up and that team is about to be sold to somebody in order for them to cover their ass. Dan Snyder has been very defiant. He said the name would never change, and the name is now the Commanders. He said he'd never sell, and now he's about to sell. Dan Snyder's about to lose everything. And if you look at that man in pictures and in public appearances, he looks fat, he looks stressed, he looks old, and he just looks withered down. His skin looks like a leather jacket that's been worn about 4 winters in a row. Just worn all the way down. He looks like the stress is getting to him. He knows every owner's on his head. He knows that all of those victims that he victimized are on his head. And he knows that the evidence is mounting and the case is mounting. And apparently all the dirt that he claims to have on all the other owners, apparently it ain't enough to get him, basically get everybody off his ass. So that team's going to be sold. Commanders, your future looks bright. Unfortunately, you're going to get your ass kicked on Monday night in Philly. But, hey, future's looking good at least. And the teams on a bye are the Bengals, Patriots, Jets, and Ravens. And, folks, with that being said, it is now officially time. Hold on. It is officially time for the college picks. So let's go on and head over to NCAA. Now, just like I said last week, folks, top 25 only. Top 25 only this time around, folks. Top 25 picks from here on in. I would love to do like the MAC games and stuff like that, but I'm only gonna, if I see like a MAC game like on a Tuesday or Wednesday, I'll put the video out early and I'll add it to the queue there, but nothing too crazy this week. We're gonna go strictly top 25. So I will recap the NFL in a minute, but just to go through the the college picks real quick. Let's go through here. There's a lot of skull drags on the menu here, except I see an LSU and an Arkansas. LSU only favored by 3. They're a good team. I thought about Arkansas, but I'm probably not going to take them. I thought about it there. But you know what team I am thinking about? Where are they at? Yes. Tulane and UCF. 17 and 22. I'm thinking Tulane is going to... I'm thinking UCF is going to take this on the road. Tulane has a very solid team. They're going to be at home. They're undefeated in the conference. UCF is still a strong school. They're still in the top 25 after that one season where they went undefeated and claimed to be national champions, even though that was a fraud. But nonetheless, still a very good team. And the program has actually progressed upwards instead of trending down. Give me UCF. It's only 1.5. It's only 1.5. So plus 1.5 on the road, UCF over Tulane. Let's get it. And then let's go to K-State and Baylor. Now, Baylor only favored by 2.5. Kansas State has always been a very good team for me betting wise, and it's been up and down for them. But I think in this spot, I think it's very good. Baylor usually chokes in big games like this. They do have a Heisman candidate quarterback, but still, I believe they're going to choke in this big spot right here. Give me K-State plus 2.5. TCU and Texas. Hilarious to me that Texas is a 7-point favorite at home. I think that's a terrible line. Give me number 4 TCU, undefeated 6-0 in the Big 12, way better record than Texas overall, and in the Big 12. Give me TCU plus 7 on the road, baby. Give me TCU. We are going TCU in our final game, folks. Give me North Carolina on the road against Wake Forest. Wake Forest 6-3. North Carolina 8-1, 5-0 in the ACC. No idea why Wake is a favorite. That seems like a terrible line right there. So give me North Carolina number 15. So to recap, we're going to go North Carolina. We're going to go TCU. We're going to go Kansas State. And then UCF, University of Central Florida. So to recap, UCF plus 1.5. Kansas State plus 2.5. TCU plus 7. And North Carolina plus 3.5. Now let's go over here to the NFL real fast. To recap here, we're going to go Falcons minus 2.5. Seahawks plus 3. Vikings plus 3.5. Bears minus 3. Titans minus 2. Chiefs minus 9.5. Miami minus 3.5. The Giants, of course, minus 5. We're going to go with the Saints minus 1.5. The Raiders, of course, minus 6. Minus 4.5 for Dallas. We're going to go for the upset here, plus 1.5 for the Cardinals. We're going to go minus 7 for San Fran for the 49ers. And then minus 11 for the Eagles. So Eagles, 49ers, Cardinals, Cowboys, Raiders, Steelers, No, I'm sorry, Saints. My bad, Saints. Giants, Dolphins, Chiefs, Titans, Bears, Vikings, Seahawks for the upset, and then Falcons on Thursday night. So, folks, that is it in a nutshell for the NFL and for college this week. And of course, one more time for college, we are going to go UCF. Of course, UCF is +1.5. We'll go K-State +2.5, TCU +7, and then North Carolina +3.5. So easy work right there, folks. Those are the picks of the week. I hope you all make some money. I hope you all enjoy the games. We're gonna get it. This is the literally the halfway point to football. Not that much left for college. I say about like about 4 weeks left from the college regular season. NFL regular season still about like 8 weeks left. So, folks, time is ticking. The regular season for football is pretty much wrapping up, folks. Not even wrapping up, but it's almost there. We're now halfway through. Let's get through to the other half. Let's make some money and let's have some fun in the process. Everybody, it is yours truly, Jay Smoothie. I appreciate you all for listening in. I will catch you all next week, where we once again deep dive into college and of course the NFL. And until then, I'm gone.